Morning students. Today we are going to start with part 3 of chapter 2, nutrition in animals. In the last class you have studied process of digestion in buccal cavity, in which you have learnt about the structure and the functions of teeth and tongue. Today we are going to continue with the same process in food pipe, stomach, small intestine and large intestine. Look at this figure of human digestive system, in which you can see the mouth having the tongue and teeth, salivary gland. Mouth, that is the buccal cavity, is connected with stomach with the help of a pipe called esophagus. Then it is large intestine. Associated glands are pancreas and liver. Liver secretes bile which remains stored in gallbladder. And inside the large intestine you can see a big coil of small intestine. The large intestine ends up into rectum, which opens and excrete the undigested food from the body through a small opening called anus. Now we will start with the food pipe. Buccal cavity remains attached to stomach with the help of a tube-like structure which is about 30 centimeter long. It has strong muscles which gently push the food down. The food pipe contracts and relaxes in rhythmic fashion to facilitate the forward movement of the food. This type of the movement happens in the other part of the alimentary canal too, and this movement is called peristalsis. Remember, no digestion process takes place in food pipe. It is just a connecting part of buccal cavity with stomach. At times, the food is not accepted by our stomach and is vomited out. Do you know what is the reason? The food comes from the stomach to the mouth. The direction of the movement of the food is opposite, and this process is known as antiperistalsis. Now, after the esophagus, let's come to the next part. It is stomach. It is a muscular U-shaped thick-walled bag, which is the widest part of alimentary canal. It receives food at one end from the food pipe and opens into the small intestine from other end. Now, understand how the process of digestion takes place in stomach. The stomach churns the food into a semi-solid form. The inner walls of the stomach secretes mucus, hydrochloric acid, and digestive juices. Mucus protects the inner lining of the stomach. Hydrochloric acid, that is HCl, it kills the bacteria in food and makes the medium acidic. Digestive juices, they break protein into the simpler substances. Partial digestion of food takes place in stomach. After the stomach, the next part is small intestine. It is highly coiled 7.5 meter long tube which receives secretion from liver and pancreas. Walls of small intestine also secrete juices. Small intestine is the site of complete digestion process, and absorption of the digested food takes place in small intestine. Now let us have a look on the associated glands which help in the process of digestion. They are liver and pancreas. Liver is a reddish brown gland which remains in upper part of abdomen in right side. It is the largest gland in the body. It secretes the bile juice which remains stored in gallbladder, and the function of the bile is to digest fats. Pancreas is a cream colored gland just below stomach which secretes pancreatic juice that converts carbohydrate, protein, and fats into simpler substances. Carbohydrate is converted into sugar, that is glucose. Fat is converted to fatty acids, and protein is converted to amino acid. Thus, food gets broken down completely with the help of these glands. Now, in the walls of the small intestine, the absorption of the food also takes place. Now, let us understand how. Digested food passes into the blood vessels into the walls of small intestine. This process is called absorption. Walls of small intestine have small finger-like structures called villi, which increases the surface area for the absorption of digested food. Villi have network of thin and small blood vessels close to its surface. Villi absorbed digested food, transport it to the blood, from where it goes to the cells of different organs of the body. In the cells of the organs, it is used for energy, growth, and repair of the body parts. And this process is known as assimilation. In the cells, the food, that is the glucose, breaks down into carbon dioxide, water, and energy during the process of respiration. That is when a human being inhales oxygen, so glucose breaks down, giving us energy. Next part is large intestine. Undigested food and unabsorbed food enters the large intestine, where water and salts are absorbed by its walls, converting it into the semi-solid form. Now, this form of food moves to rectum in the form of feces and gets removed through anus. This process of removal of feces is called ejection. With the help of the following table, you can understand how the process of digestion takes place in different organs in the body, and understand what part of food gets converted into simpler substances. Thank you.